What up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So, I've been getting extremely into Warhammer 40k. It's basically just this badass war game that you spend thousands of dollars on fucking miniatures and you just battle it out to the death. Today, guys, I'm showcasing my Dark Eldar / Drukkari army. I've had these guys for a long time. They're hella fucking old. Actually, they're from 2nd edition, which we're currently in the 8th edition of Warhammer 40k. This is going to be my Dark Eldar / Drukkari army. They're basically like the Dark Elves of space. They just come in and they're like raiders and pirates. They take people alive and take them back to their ships, and God only knows what they do to them. No one wants to find out, actually. The Dark Eldar, they're cruel, twisted raiders who strike without warning, killing or enslaving all who stand in their way. So first off, I'm going to be showing you guys my troops. I'm running in with these guys. Stop shaking. You stop it. Stop it. All right, he's pumped, excited, ready to fucking go. This is my Venom Blade Cabal Warrior Squad, guys. There's 9 warriors. 5 of them are equipped with splinter rifles, which a splinter rifle is going to be like this. Basically, a splinter rifle is just like the standard fucking rifle. One thing you guys got to know about the Dark Eldar is they are like spiked out fucking everywhere as possibly as they can. I'm gonna go ahead. There's like 9 warriors, which are the dudes on the side. These guys are gonna be about 72 points. 5 of them are carrying splinter rifles for free. 2 of them are carrying blasters. These guys are the blasters. I said it backwards, so those guys are gonna be the splinter cannons, and there's 2 people in the back that are carrying blasters. Dude in the middle is going to be the Cyberite. For an additional 6 points, I can have him be like the leader of my squad. He's carrying a splinter rifle for free, and for an additional 15 points, he's carrying a power axe. This guy's equipped with a Hell Mask for an additional 5 points. Hell Mask is a terrifying mask that generates an aura that causes unnatural dread. Close combat opponents must pass a leadership test in every round of combat. Any that fail will need 6s to hit the mask's wearer. So he's super like intimidating and very powerful with his power axe that I've got equipped onto him. These guys are like my front line, and I'm gonna run in and try to wreak as much havoc. I could also use these guys as like a screen to get in my other troops. Okay, moving right along. This is my Blackheart Cabal Warrior Squad. This is gonna be 188 points how I have them all equipped. I've got 17 warriors for 136 points. 13 of them are carrying the splinter rifle for free. Some are carrying blasters for an additional 10 points. This guy right here has got a trophy rack. See, he's holding a fucking Space Marine head, which is super dope and dark. Trophy rack. Many Dark Eldar enter battle bearing trophy racks adorned with the heads of foes they have slain. If a model with a trophy rack slays an enemy in close combat, he may chop off their head and stick it onto the trophy rack. This adds a +1 to the model's leadership for the rest of the battle. So that's super badass. I created one of these guys to be a Cyberite. As you guys can tell, is this. Cyberites are these badass dudes that you can upgrade. I basically just like gave him 4 fucking arms because he can carry like multiple fucking weapons. This Cyberite is equipped with a splinter rifle down at the bottom right here, bottom left right in front of here, and some poison blades. Up at the top, he's actually carrying a splinter cannon for an additional 10 points. The poison blade is also another, just an extra point. That's not too bad. My secondary squad that I'm running in and just trying to wreak as much havoc as possible to get my other dudes in. You know what I mean? Right along, I'm actually done with all my troops. This is my fast attack. So I've got my Reaver jet bike squad. These guys are super good about like flying in, just wrecking shit up, and they're not really limited to terrain because they're flying. So I've got 4 Reavers. They're all armed with a splinter pistol, and each bike is armed with a splinter rifle, all for free. These guys can utilize combat drugs, which a lot of my Dark Eldar can actually use combat drugs, so I'm gonna go. Dark Eldar characters have access to a wide range of effective but potentially lethal combat drugs, which are dispensed automatically from a neurally controlled device. They may be taken at the start of any assault phase and allow characters to choose any number of options below. Basically, I can move 12 inches to an assault, 3d6 pursuit / fallback move. I can do +1 to the weapons skill. I can give +1 strength. I can do always strikes first regardless of cover or weapons. I could reroll any misses in close combat, or I can get +1 like giving them an extra attack. So this combat drugs are really fucking good, and you can really customize to whatever the situation kind of, stands for. Here in the middle is actually my Reaver Succubus for an additional 16 points. I've armed her with a Shredder for an additional 15 points, just making her come in and just absolutely wreck everything. This is my Reaver Succubus. She's super badass. He's like basically like the leader of them all. Shredder, which for an additional 15 points, to just wreck everything up. And he also uses combat drugs and Okay, moving right along. These are my elites. This is my Warp Beast pack for 100 points. I've got 5 Warp Beasts. These guys are super badass. They're hella fast. And they've actually got some special rules that like if anything happens to my Beastmaster, they actually like teleport away from battle into the warp. This is my Beastmaster, you guys. He is an addition... This is my warp. My fucking god. Beastmaster, you guys, for an additional 15 points. He's armed with a Punisher, which is that axe thing right here. Does hella good damage. He's also armed with a Splinter Pistol. He also utilizes combat drugs, and the Warp Beasts, so they listen to all of his commands. Without this guy, they're basically useless. The Warp Beast, you guys, he's got a Tyranid in his mouth. Super badass. Like these guys, they're super cool. Okay, next up I've got my HQ. First off, this is gonna be my Dark Eldar retinue. These guys are my elite fucking warriors, and they basically protect my Archon. Like, she's the Dark Eldar leader, the Dark Eldar lord of my army. So first off, you guys, we've got 9 of the Kobold warriors for 72 points. They're each armed with splinter rifles, and 2 of them have splinter cannons. The splinter cannons are going to be these people right here. And if you notice, I'm horrible at faces. So what I did is I kind of did like a war paint with all of my paint. Those are not part of my retinue. Is going to be Drazar, Master of Blades. This dude is bad fucking ass. For 90 points, he's armed with Disemboweler blades, which, you know, do pretty much exactly what you'd think they would do as they sound. Kit bashed a wing onto him. He doesn't come with a wing, and I also added like he was flying. Basically, Drazar can like do this ability before an attack phase starts. He can actually teleport and change places with the Dark Eldar Lord. So that's kind of why I gave him like, you know, that he's flying, so to kind of mimic that he teleports and shit. This guy was really fun to paint. I'm not the best at painting, obviously, but it was a lot of fun. I really fucking love this guy. He's one of my favorite models in this army. Yeah, I've got Elsec. She is my Dark Eldar Lord. She is super badass. She's armed with a Splinter Pistol, a Punisher, which is the thing in her right hand. Does a lot of damage, just like electricity damage, and she's the lord of my army, you guys. I've also the Damned, which basically, which is like causes fear, basically. Anything that sees Elsec is just terrified of her. Super fucking cool. 2 more wanted troops that I want to kind of round out this army. First off is going to be Urian Rekharth. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's an HQ. He's basically like this homunculus leader. He's super badass, and just he also needs like a squad of witches. Super cool. They're all like usually females, obviously, and elites, 12 points per model. Next up, I want some like flyers. So I was thinking about getting some Scourges, which basically they're like jetpack heavy support dudes, and Helions, which basically ride on these like flying fucking green goblin type things. Really badass. They all have like double-bladed axes and shit. Definitely gonna need some of those to round out this army. And finally, I'm gonna need a Raider. Definitely to transport, you know, my retinue and my Dark Eldar Lord, like I said, and bring them into battle without, you know, hopefully without getting just lit up right before we even get to do anything with my army. So that's basically my Dark Eldar army, guys. Next up, I'm going to be doing my Ultramarine video. My dad has a really badass army of Ultramarines, and I'm going to showcase them next. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for coming to check out this video. I really appreciate it. Peace out.